Hey there folks, and welcome back to Skullmonkeys. Today, the Yint Mines. Yint Mines are a fairly easy level, especially compared to the previous Glidey Bird level that we just finished. They're a kind of vertically level, not really. Doesn't nearly go as high as the other vertical levels that we've seen so far. And the secrets are very front-loaded there because we just hit 3 of them in the last 30 seconds. And that is actually all the secrets we need to get for this part of the stage. But the theme of this level is very tiny, very precise jumps. And I am going to have a problem with that, because I tend to hold down the run button, and that causes Clayman to jump farther and higher. And that means I'm going to be hitting a lot of spikes or missing a lot of really tiny jumps. But that is it for the first part. Let's check out the red ball first. Red ball is kind of a little different because it's mostly horizontal as opposed to vertical with the other levels. And right there, 2 secrets right in the first couple seconds of the area, and had we gone into just the red ball, we'd have been done with secrets for the entire world. But there's actually one more in the gray ball that we haven't seen yet. Those things are Yint swarms. They are replacements for those blue balls that we've seen earlier. They make that annoying buzzing sound, move up and down, and are not much different from the balls, other than the fact that if Clayman touches them without jumping on them, he will take damage. So they're a tiny bit more annoying with, the audio cues and the fact that you can get killed by them, but mostly they're not really a big problem. They're pretty easy to take care of. They tend to move around just a little bit more than the blue balls too, but not really a big deal. Here's our hamster shield again. I'm just showing off it killing Yints, but really, I was behind a lot of foreground objects, so couldn't really see half of those kills anyway. Anyway, this is the gray ball. Gray ball is much more in line with the rest of the level, with spikes and vertical movement. It is also very short, but there's a secret universe enema there. And here are more of those precise jumps, where if you hit the jump button too hard, you hit the spike. Like that, and there's a secret. And that's it. It's very short, as I said. Continuing on with the world, we're getting more and more green here.
Word.
This part's actually pretty tough to get that swirly cue. You kind of have to time this jump just right, and I messed it up. But I did redeem myself by not dying to that jump there that happened next. And I got my halo back. Let's see how long I can hold on to it. It's very tempting to start doing combos on these Yints here, but it's not the best idea, as you might go a little overboard and just fall into spikes. And a little non-secret secret here. There's actually a lot of secrets in this level. Not really secrets, but hidden little power-ups and lives and stuff all over the place that require you to go way out of the way. And they're not really counted as official secrets, as the game doesn't really say secret or anything, so I'm not really going to go looking for them, as they're just a waste of time and not a big deal. But I do have to say there's quite a bit of them that I have not shown. And that is it for Yint Mines.
Here's a little bonus room.
Here's a bonus room, just like any other, and we got some balls and spinning things. No real special thing in this level for them to stick in the bonus room either, so all they can do is put some generic stuff in here. And that is it! Yint Mines complete, 5 out of 5 secrets. Yint Weeds is a pretty great level. It is probably one of my favorites so far. It has a really cool song to it, which sounds very spaghetti westerny, as you will hear. It's also got really detailed backgrounds, really cool stuff going on in the background, and I think it does just a lot of things right. It's very fun to look at, as I said. It doesn't introduce anything all that new, it just uses old stuff in the past, but tightens it to the point that it wants to make sure that you've learned all the techniques the game has had you try to learn. and that is a Super Willy. I'll show him off in a bit. But yeah, nothing, once again, nothing special here at all. There's maybe one thing coming up in a bit that is a little different, but mostly it's just the same stuff we've done before, with a clever twist to it, as they become more like puzzles than just obstacles. And I'll show what I mean as we get a little further into this. And that is it for the first section here. Hey, a nice rainy foreground there. At least it's not piss yellow this time around. And the game is giving you a lot of bullets for some reason here. You'll find out why in a second. Also, Clayman gets a lot of jump from moving platforms. As they're moving up, the momentum kind of conserves itself. And it might seem like a bug at first, but I'm pretty sure it's intentional, as later on in the game it will need to be used to get secrets and stuff. These things, these energy beams will just blast you up. There's nothing different from them. There's nothing different from them than the air wisps things that we've seen in the past. But notice how jumps now have 2 Yint Centurions circling platforms and things, as opposed to 1 Yint Centurion that we had in the previous level. So these jumps are getting a little bit more difficult. In fact, they're going to start chaining some of those spinning Centurions together to make it even more difficult, but still not too bad. It's tempting to do that and just keep moving on those jumps instead of taking a quick minor stop, but if you don't, it's your ass, because usually you run into one of those Yints and die. So if you do the first jump, just take a quick little break before the second jump, and you'll get it on time, because usually they're timed the same way, and so you're going to hit the back Yint right in the face as you come forward. Anyway, rain's over. We're back into whatever this is, crystals and stuff. The mechanics behind these things are kind of weird. You just walk into them. You can't jump into them or anything. And more Yints, but just 2 of them. But in really awkward positions. But no, the cool part's still coming up, as the game is still loading you up with bullets. And that's because of these guys. Yep, 4 Yint Centurions circling a platform. They're actually not that hard to deal with. You just have to learn the trick. But if you don't want to bother learning the trick... By the way, first off, if you did hold on to your Willy, this is the good place to whip him out. Because he gathers power-ups for you. Anyway, as I was saying, if you don't want to bother learning their trick, you can always shoot them with the hand cannon thing that Clayman has, and they give you plenty of ammo for it. But it's not too tough to figure out how to do these right, and it is a little tricky, but it works pretty well. All you gotta do is wait till the bottom left one, the one that's maybe at 6 o'clock, moving up to 9 o'clock, is at about 9 o'clock, and then he'll move diagonally to the 3 o'clock mark. And so you just follow him in your jump. And there you go, 2 in a row. But I'm saving the halo for this one, actually, because this is the really hard jump. I'm not sure why the buzzing didn't happen, but whatever. And I didn't need it, so that was awesome. I was kind of worried that I was going to hit something. And excuse my messing around with the buttons here. I wanted to show off what's on that platform to the right there without actually jumping there, because you cannot get back. And for some reason I just kept messing up the button presses. Yep, watch me waste a few more fart clones and that universe enema that we saw beforehand. There we go. There's a Willy here, but now there's 2 balls, and the one on the left will actually take you back to the start of this world. The one on the right will take you out to the exit, skipping the bonus room. So you don't want to go after that Willy. The Willy is a trap. And man, these electricity energy things are really loud in this area. I'm not sure why. But yeah, the bonus room was just based off of walking into these guys. As I said before, you can't trigger them by jumping into them. The only way you can trigger them is if you walk into them. Possibly the trigger is at ground level of where Clayman steps. I'm not sure. But that is it. We are done with Yint Weeds, and I will see you folks next time.